preacher caught on camera. While camping, a group notices one of the girls is missing.
Has been gone for so freaking long.
They go searching for her when they hear her scream. As they get closer, they find this teepee structure, and then this happens.
I've got a picture that will give you chills. This photo is of Amy's song from 2017, and the strange part about the picture that you're looking at is that the picture is of Amy. We just don't know who took it. Amy was a college exchange student who was living in Central Florida at the time when she went on a hike by herself. Amy never came back, so her family as well as the school commissioned the police to work on a ground and aerial search while tracing her phone. The phone was eventually recovered. They found it near a swamp, and although Amy's body was never found, that picture was a picture of Amy running through the water. So many questions have continued to surround this case about what really happened to Amy out there and who took the photo of her. But it's chilling to see what very well might have been the last few moments of her life.
Never go down Evangeline Road, Louisiana. 2015, a group of urban explorers go searching for a local legend. This creature is said to be the spawn from a satanic ritual performed by a group of outcast circus performers in the late 1900s. They were deep in the woods and night was fast approaching, so they decided to set up camp. But it's what happened when one of the explorers went to pee that sent shivers down my spine. It was way darker than normal that night. The man walked about 10 feet from the fire and behind a tree. But when he turned around to go back to camp, everyone was gone, and the woods was completely silent. He called up a friend to tell him what had happened so that if he doesn't come back, someone would know why. When the rangers got to the campsite, the scene was horrific. Blood and body parts were everywhere. What happened to the explorers, and why didn't he tell his friend that the others were dead? Never go in the woods of southeast Oklahoma. On a foggy day in 1970, a group of high school kids are cruising the back roads of southeast Oklahoma. One of the boys had to pee, so they pulled over. He got out of the truck, walked about 50 yards into the woods so that he couldn't be seen. He heard a tree snap, looked up, and he's staring in the eyes of a creature 3 foot taller than any man. It had matted hair, red eyes, and blood dripping off its chin. The boys ran as fast as they could back to the truck, yelling, "Start the truck, start the truck." But what happens next is terrifying. The boys go to the sheriff's department, and when the deputy goes out to investigate, all he sees is animal carcasses everywhere, and the legend of the Green Hill Monster was born.
We're going to talk about, and we just covered on Creep Time the podcast, sinister Disney urban legends. So I'm like, beautiful. And I was curious if anybody had ever heard about the mystery of the Disney jails. According to this legend, Disney never wants to have anybody arrested in their park. So if you misbehave in the park, they will take you to Disney jail. It's apparently just padded white rooms. And in this room, it's nothing but a chair and this frowning picture of Mickey Mouse on the wall. You would absolutely die. They make you sit down, give you a pen and paper, and make you write an apology letter to Mickey Mouse. Mask is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Look at the chin. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh, ow. Little red. The craziest part about the Disney jails is that they never drop character. Even when you're in Disney prison, you're still in Disney.
This innocent woman is known as YouTube's most vile creator. Hi, my name is Ethan, and trigger warning, this is a disgusting case. As you guys know, YouTube will allow nudity in a video as long as it is deemed as educational. This is Leah Felton, and at first her videos did not really do well until she started making breastfeeding content. Now, let me be clear, I have no issues with breastfeeding or the act itself. What got Miss Leah in prison was that her audience was not targeted for moms learning how to breastfeed, but disgusting men. These men watched her content for the sake of enjoyment, and she knew that. Leah even went as far as rubbing oil on her and her child's body during a video showing everything. She was arrested, and out of the several charges she was facing, only one stuck, and she received 10 years in prison.
These are videos humans were never meant to see, part 18.
Okay, so we all know how the Titanic sank, and we've seen simulations of what it would look like if you were there.
but I'm here to tell you they aren't correct. The video I'm about to show you shows exactly what it was like when the Titanic sank, and it's extremely disturbing and scary. Also, keep in mind this water is extremely cold. Michael Jackson is still alive. Michael Jackson has always struggled with living a normal life, due to his fame, and always openly admitted he felt very alone. So when he passed away, many people started speculating if he faked his own death. Well, after Michael Jackson's passing, a man named Dave shows up and claims that him and Michael Jackson were very close friends. However, people are saying that he is in fact Michael Jackson, with a reconstructed face, and the clip I'm about to show you is why.
It's all over this, the girl is mine, and this and that. And I remember sitting down, and at the time my favorite video games, my favorite video game was Pole Position. And I was playing Pole Position, and I felt a little tap on my shoulder, and I turned around.
Just listen and look the way Dave acts. Does it remind you of anybody at all?
Here's some horrible diseases that have no cure. One thing many people know about but do not take seriously enough is the rabies virus. As scary as it sounds, this viral disease is the closest thing we have to a zombie virus. People become infected with rabies after they are bitten by something or someone infected with it. What's even scarier is this virus can lay dormant in your body for up to 7 years, but people usually show symptoms after 3 to 12 weeks. When symptoms start, you may get flu-like symptoms such as a fever and headache. This stage can last for days before the real torment begins. You will begin to stay up for days, eventually going insane from sleep deprivation. You will also experience extreme thirst, but drinking anything will cause your voice box to painfully spasm. Nothing will start to make sense anymore, and you will become extremely violent and start hallucinating. This is because the virus causes your brain to swell up so much it cannot comfortably fit in the skull. You'll eventually lose control of all your muscles, inevitably leading to death. During these later stages, there is nothing that can be done to help the infected. In all of medical history, only 10 people have survived the end stages of the virus. Although there are many preventable measures you can take, such as vaccinations, when it comes to rabies, there is no cure. Here's some of the most disturbing moments in kids' TV shows. Part 3. In the Dragon Ball Z Majin Buu saga, there is a scene where Evil Buu and Good Buu fight each other. Evil Buu wins and absorbs Good Buu, causing him to transform into Super Buu. One of the men blown back from the explosion, Smitty, attempts to shoot Super Buu after being spotted, but ultimately fails to hurt him. Super Buu then does something no one was expecting. Super Buu turns into a sludge and forces his way down Smitty's throat, causing him to expand until he explodes.
me. Don't put your trust in me. Don't even lie for me. I want you, honey. I don't get emotional if I